Benavidez Morrell, who wins?
It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. 50-50 fight.
And I think that it's going to be a war. In my eyes, I see it as a 50-50 fight.
These fighters, I think David Morrell may have needed, one or two more real tests before he really, build the resolve to be able to handle a guy with the ability, the power.
Boxing experts have shared their insights on the highly anticipated fight between David Benavidez and David Morrell. Sean Porter is predicting a victory for Benavidez in their 12-round main event on Saturday, February 1st at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Porter believes Benavidez's extensive experience in the ring gives him an advantage over the undefeated Morrell, who has not yet faced top-tier competition. Porter views the fight as closely contested but gives Benavidez a slight edge, estimating the odds at 55-45 in favor of Benavidez. He emphasizes Benavidez's strength and his ability to go the distance in longer fights, something Morrell has yet to experience at the professional level. While both fighters are physically imposing, Porter feels that Benavidez is more naturally suited for the 175 pounds division, and his superior endurance could play a crucial role in the outcome of the fight.
Fight is that one?
That's 50-50 right there. If anything, 55-45 for Benavidez. I love David versus David. I love everything about the fight. The thing I feel that Benavidez has over Morrell is experience, is true strength. Both of those guys are big guys, but I think Benavidez is more of the natural 175-pounder.
Yeah, Morrell's such a high-level technical fighter, but Jose mentioned what you just mentioned, they feel like the experience is gonna eventually show through. I don't know, take me into that, how experience can trump talent and technicality like that.
You know what? The thing that I know for this fight, with when you are in a competitive fight that's gonna go 12 rounds, of course you're prepared for the 12.
Sean Porter notes that Morrell hasn't faced someone as big or as pressuring as Benavidez, and believes Benavidez's style could exploit Morrell's weaknesses. Although Morrell impressed in his 175-pound debut, Benavidez presents a tougher challenge. Porter gives Benavidez a slight edge but expects a close fight that could go 8 to 9 rounds. Canelo Alvarez calls it a 50-50 fight, while Andy Cruz predicts a knockout win for Morrell, praising his focus. Benavidez's fans see him as a top fighter, but a loss to Morrell could challenge that view, especially given his history with smaller, older opponents. Some experts believe Morrell could win by staying calm early, while others favor Benavidez for a potential stoppage.
And man, how do you think Benavidez does? Your gym mate a week after you fight. How do you think that fight goes with Morrell, man?
I think David, he's looking very good. I've been in the gym with him for the past few weeks, and he's been looking great shape, doing some amazing things in the ring. Like always, David's a monster. So I think he'll take care of business February 1st. I think he might even get the stoppage against David Morrell.
Benavidez has earned his monster nickname for his relentless and versatile attack. However, Paco, who sparred with him just 3 months ago, emphasized Benavidez's underrated defensive skills. Paco's enthusiasm was evident as he discussed Benavidez's defense, pointing out that while Benavidez tends to stand upright, his ability to pull back and counter quickly makes his defense surprisingly effective.
David Morrell is a guy that you can't take lightly, He's a great fighter. He's up there for a reason, One of the best Cubans out right now, so yeah, it's going to be a great fight, but I just feel like David is one of those guys, too, who's a monster and just doesn't let anyone take it from him, And when he's in there, he's going in there for the kill. And, of course, I feel like Morrell is maybe going to be his toughest opponent yet.
Benavidez is always striving to improve, recording his training sessions and paying close attention to details like footwork and shoulder movements. Paco appreciated Benavidez's openness, noting how he freely shares insights and offers helpful tips to enhance Paco's own training.
I think he has a really good jab. He's a good fighter. He keeps his distance really well, so that I feel like he's gonna make it hard for David in the early rounds. But like we saw with Caleb Plant, Caleb Plant was doing a great job boxing the first few rounds when he fought David, but then David just has that chip in his shoulder where he's just coming forward. Even on the clinches, he's still punching. You know, he's still getting punches in, and I feel like when you're boxing a guy like David and he just keeps coming forward no matter what you do, it just makes it hard mentally for you to keep that same game plan and stick to it, because we have a monster like him throwing big punches coming in.
Gabriel Rosado feels that David Morrell's taunts have brought out a more aggressive side of David Benavidez, setting the stage for an intense 12-round fight. While Rosado gives Benavidez the advantage, he cautions against underestimating Morrell, who has strong technical skills. Benavidez relies on his relentless pace, but Morrell's sharp tactics could slow him down. Antonio Tarver believes Morrell may need a knockout to secure the win, as Benavidez's fast pace could leave him open to powerful punches. Benavidez's usual dominance over smaller opponents might be tested by Morrell's power and technique. Tarver sees Morrell's best shot as landing a significant strike to take the victory.
And it's going to be, I think Morrell's going to have to find that shot that really, not only drops, but, concuss. He got to knock David Benavidez out. And there's fighters you can make quit. I don't think neither one of these fighters you can make quit. Sometimes you got to knock them out. And I think this is one of those type of fights where, in order to secure victory, in order to secure victory, one of these guys is going to have to end it with inside the distance. And I think when you look at, what they bring to the table, David Benavidez is going to have a little reach and size advantage. Will be, I think, one of the, more gifted fighters that Benavidez has faced. I think David Morrell comes in with a lot of talent. And you got, a guy that has a talent like both of these guys, and they rise to the occasion. It's the moment that really gets these guys up. And I think this is the type of fight that you can say it's going to bring the best out of both of these guys, man.